middleweights Alex Lohore and Anderson Goncalves. In our co-main event, we have the UK's Alex Lohore putting his 18-5 record up against Anderson Goncalves, the Sigma Gym fighter from Brazil, 12-3. Both these fighters know how to finish fights, Nick.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Goncalves is able to deal with the pressure that Lohore is going to give him. Lohore needs to fight this fight truly at range, using his jab, throwing out the low kicks, and kind of controlling the Probelum arena. Whereas Goncalves wants to fight right here. He'd be right up in your face. He's going to be going for that finish, and the only way he can do that, I think, is if he's nice and tight.
This is a great fight for the fans between the two of them. We have 12 first-round stoppages. Blink and we might miss this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Anderson Big Bones.
A little throwback to
Forrest Griffin, isn't it?
there we go. Tough finale one.
Anderson Goncalves, an experienced fighter. Fought some of the best. And with a 12-3 record, has been successful. He's a rangy middleweight. He's long, he's tall.
And he's one of those middleweights that is long and tall that actually uses that length to his advantage. What happens a lot with these rangy fighters is they fight down to the height and size of their opponent. He doesn't.
So I was going to say, a competitor in the 2018 PFL series lost to the eventual winner. However, coming in on a win, looking to reestablish himself.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Alex, the Killer Kid, Lahore.
Alex Lohore, one of the most experienced middleweight welterweights from the UK. 23 fights, 15 out of 18 wins, 9 KOs, 6 subs, and he's fought some of the best. You know, when you're looking at losses to guys like Nicholas Dalby or Joyton Santos, you're not losing to bums. He's never had an easy fight, and that's what makes him such an exciting fighter.
Yeah, he's got the experience having been in there with extremely high-level athletes. And a lot of them, it wasn't one of those walkovers. It wasn't like he just showed up. He wasn't getting a payday. He was fighting hard in each one of those fights, and he's just about ready to get to that next level. And this could be him looking at Anderson thinking, maybe this is the stepping stone. But don't try and step over Anderson. He'll grab a hold of that leg as you're stepping towards him.
Anderson, you know, it's almost like we've got mirrors of each other from different continents. You know, both have faced some of the toughest competition they can in their own areas, and now we get to see them come into the Probellum arena and scrap it out in here.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting as well to see that who is able to actually dictate where the fight's going to take place in the range. I had said it before, as we saw on the screen. You know, Anderson wants to really fight at length because he has those long arms, and he really likes to pepper that jab to set up other shots. Whereas, let's be honest, Alex likes to get in nice and close, get a little dirty boxing going on, make it a dirty brawl.
They don't call him the Killer Kid for nothing. Likes it ugly, likes to mix it up on the inside. Thing is, both these guys, though, like to fight. It's not sparring. When they get into the cage, they're looking to do damage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your co-main event and takes place in the Probellum middleweight division and will consist of 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 6 feet 3 inches tall from Itapema, Brazil, Anderson Big Bones. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall from Bobigny, France, by way of London, England, Alex the Killer Kid Lohore.
Well, our co-main event, cage door getting set to close. I'm looking forward to this. Again, bit more range on the Brazilian. Out to the middle of the Probelum Arena as quickly as he can get there.
Let's be honest, with the range that Anderson does have, he can almost jab Alex from across the ring. And I'm not being facetious when I say that. That is a very tall, lanky gentleman.
Yeah, he wears that middleweight very, very well. Lohore, most of Lahore's fights come at welterweight, and we'll see how the extra 15 pounds, see if he wears it well.
This will tell you something here. When he had that single leg, it was extremely easy for Anderson to still be able to just go knee deep and throw elbows and punches to break that because he was so far away from Alex still. Alex needed to get about another meter just to get in on that hip to be able to finish it.
Well, now we've got Anderson Big Bones forcing Lohore up against the cage, right in his own corner. Got a body lock, looking to try and pull him down. But
Killer Kid is strong.
Absolutely.
He threw that nice wizard deep, and it was able to throw Anderson off enough to where that couldn't finish that body lock.
But now, being the taller fighter, when you're pressuring up against the cage, that head position becomes a little more difficult to get.
Actually, it becomes even better because if you notice what he's doing, it's forcing Alex to stand straight up. He's not able to drop his weight down. He's not able to drop his hips down. It changes his center of gravity, and it puts him in a disadvantage because you have complete control over how he's standing.
Anderson's still working, pushing the Killer Kid up against the cage, and breaks the clinch on his own accord.
And sometimes when you're in on that clinch, you don't feel comfortable. You feel like, okay, I'm just going to burn my arms out if I continue to try to finish it this way. And he might look to either do it again or set up a combination of different punches.
Is that a little cut over the over the eye of Goncalves there?
Now, I don't know if it happened via a headbutt or one of the strikes when they were inside. But it looks to be a little bit of a graze right in the eyebrow.
Oh! Yeah, that one got Lahore's attention.
Now, I try to tell people all the time one of the biggest things is you never want to rush in on somebody when you've clipped them because there's nothing more dangerous than somebody who's a bit, not injured, but a bit wobbled because they will throw from the hip and throw really hard.
Looks to me, looks like Alex Lahore's got his composure back. Certainly was stiffened up there for a moment.
Yeah, it was a nice, solid punch that came in. And Anderson's trying to set it up again because he's read something. Alex tends to lean that head inside as he goes for that strike to the body.
And again, keeps landing that right hand, digging it into the side of Goncalves. Anderson, no, starting to control the center of the Probelum Arena, and Lohore circling, changing direction, trying to give him a different look, always constantly moving. Heavy leg kick there, but oh, big body shot there, and you can hear the corner of Alex Lohore. Don't go wild.
That little check hook, Anderson's having a lot of success with it. It's just that lead left check hook. And the reason is when he's throwing anything to the right or the leg kick, Alex is ducking right that way. If he continues to duck his head that way, that's how he stunned him earlier in this round, and it could lead to something bad if he continues to do it throughout the fight.
Yeah, Goncalves just started, Goncalves started to find a home for that right hand into the body. And Lohore lands a big shot. And now we're going to get some phone booth fighting, I hope.
Yeah, we're going to get some bite down on the mouthpiece. With 15 seconds left, these guys think there's 3 seconds left.
Oh, that knee wasn't far from home.
It'll be interesting to see how that cut is above his eye. It doesn't appear to be causing any damage as far as sight-wise. Got the cut man in there, though, to take a look at it, clean it up real quick. It's not bleeding too bad. Now, as we look back at this, let's take a look at Anderson was extremely effective while using his range. At the beginning, Alex was trying to walk him down. Then, when he landed that really nice counter left check hook, that's what kind of stunned Alex and forced him to no longer be the aggressor, but rather be the one circling away. And he was able to clear the cobwebs, which obviously you could see the last 30 seconds of the fight. They were both biting down on their gum shield. But as I said, in the first, if you notice how he's throwing it, because Anderson is so tall, when he throws that right, he's doing that check left because that's the side that Alex continues to lean into. It was effective in the first, and if I'm in Anderson's corner, I'm telling him keep doing it. If I'm in Alex's corner, I'm telling him stop doing that.
I think we did hear them very vocal. Stay in control, not to get into a wild slugfest or a firefight, and we'll see if he pays any attention to that advice here in the second. Working that lead leg, both down low as well to the calf, both inside and outside was Lohore.
Again, when he goes to that body shot, he's dropping that head. And I see what he's trying to do because he's trying to set that overhand right up like that.
Drop Big Bones down to his knees. And again, he's got him started. And he's still trying to throw despite the fact that his legs just didn't want to listen to him.
Yeah, his legs aren't responding to him, but he's throwing elbows, spinning back fist elbows.
And, you know, Alex Lohore showing a bit of patience, not rushing in.
Yeah, it's actually a high fight IQ and a lot of maturity because a lot of young guys would rush in because they're like, oh, I've got him hurt, so I've got to go. But you don't want to do that because we saw exactly what happened when he was rocked. Anderson kept throwing elbows and punches.
And again, you know, just a moment ago, we saw that check upper keep Lohore honest. And now he's throwing.
Still appears that he's clearing those cobwebs out, but he's doing it actively. So he's not just standing there being a target for Alex to be able to throw punches at. Anderson's landing.
Oh, big body shot. I think for a moment, Alex Lohore was complaining about something to the eye, but
referee doesn't see it, you don't stop fighting. And he might be trying to clear that eye out right now, and what he's doing is circling around. But what he doesn't realize as well is he's given Anderson a chance to clear those cobwebs as well.
After you've taken a few shots like that and rocked on your feet, I mean, he just refused to fall down.
Yeah, he got wobbly. He looked like a baby deer for a minute.
But as you said earlier, it's you know, the wounded animal is a more dangerous animal.
Yeah. And as Alex continued to come in, Anderson was still throwing elbows, still throwing punches. And the elbows he was throwing was more of a survival technique, and that's why you throw the elbows, because you don't overextend yourself with an elbow. But then he throws a spinning back elbow. I'm like, what are you doing?
Anderson Big Bones trying to maintain the center of the Probelum arena. And Again, we're starting to get a bit of phone booth fighting again.
And both of them are having success with that kind of check hook lean, that lead left check hook.
Yeah, Big Bone keeps going to the body with that right hand. Oh.
Just missed on the exit there.
Ooh, swinging for the fences with that one.
Whoa.
Oh! One for you, one for me.
And he's throwing elbows as he's come inside, so he's not even throwing punches with that right hand. He's throwing elbows and forearms. And I don't know if maybe that's something's wrong with his right hand. He hasn't shook it out or anything. Well, kind of shook it out there. But he's not throwing the punch. He's actually throwing forearms as he's coming in. And he landed a nice one to the top of Alex's head.
Alex continuing to keep light in his toes, trying to keep moving, keep bouncing. Got to be careful, right? He ducks down a little to that left quite often.
Did it again right there. And it might be one of those things now where Anderson's taking so many punches he can't see it. He's more just worried about hitting him because he's in front of him. But that would be something that if I was watching fights, I'd really want to pay attention to moving forward.
And I'm gonna guess the last thing Lohore wants now is to be on the ground. He wants to keep that distance, keep peppering away with shots. Well, I thought he was trying to set up a knee to the. Big Bone's got the body locked, got the hands locked.
But if you listen to him, his coach told him in Brazilian Portuguese, to stick his head up under his chin. And he listened.
Separate.
He did it as soon as his coach told him to, which I really like.
10 seconds left. This round has flown by, Nick.
That's because it's been all action all the time. Both guys leaving everything they have inside that cage. And with 5 minutes left, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this 5 minutes lands.
Both had success standing. Both had success at distance. Both have had success when they're phone booth fighting. What are you saying, your Big Bones, if you're his cornerman now?
I mean, I'm just telling them, watch for that dip. It's there. Throw, back leg high kick, check left hook, back leg high kick. Perfect combination. It's going to land. Every time I throw that check hook, Alex is ducking down to get away from it. I throw that back leg high kick, I'm going to be landing it. Even if it's a feint. Look at what Alex is doing here. Alex is also throwing that check hook. But Anderson, instead of moving his head, he's kind of just taking the punches. Plus, he's a little bit more rangy, so a lot of those punches that are being thrown are actually missing.
We got 5 more minutes of this, Nick.
I'm very interested to see exactly how the gas tanks last for both of these two over the last 5 minutes.
Mark Goddard starts our 3rd round. Touch of gloves from both fighters. And corner of Lohore asking straight away for the same work rate. And straight away, he gives it to him. Oh, he's starting to throw from the hip.
I'm just going to say it now. Anderson's beard is very tough. He's got a really nice, that's under the chin.
And it's under the chin. Has he got it locked?
That's
it's
it.
Tight. Alex Lohore with the rear naked choke victory early in the 3rd round after 2 rounds of stand-up. It finishes with the rear naked choke.
Alex came out with on fire. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to this and look at the replay, but when he came out, it was throwing bombs and throwing them with reckless abandon. He wanted to get that finish. Once they tied up, had to bring it to the mat, and he was easily just transitioned straight to the back. The arm was already over the neck before he was leaning back on it. So it was locked in. All he had to do is arch that back.
A great performance from the fighter from the UK. Again, we said it as these two were making their way into the Probelum arena. from where they're from, their regions in the world. They faced some of the best, and now they face together. And this is a big win for Alex Lohore.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest was stopped by referee Mr. Mark Goddard after 32 seconds in the third round. Your winner, due to submission via rear naked choke, fighting out of the red corner, Alex the Killer Kid Lohore.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing alongside your winner, Alex the Killer Kid Lohore. And man, now 3 very different rounds. 2 rounds of phone booth fighting, a little bit of distance, and then the sub at the end. Is this what you expected?
First of all, I want to say, Alhamdulillah, thank you to God for making this possible for me, giving me that strength, you know. It was a very difficult fight for me because this is not my weight class. I normally fight lower, 77. I guess everyone saw it in the crowd, the size difference. So it was very hard, you know. I felt like my shot was they were not powerful enough to cause him any trouble because I caught him with some nice shots. Yeah, so the game plan was to keep the pressure on him and then take the fight wherever I felt, you know, that I was stronger.
You stiffened him up a couple of times on your feet. Were you surprised that that beard held up?
Yeah, I was very surprised. And he caught me a couple of times as well. You know, at one point I saw black and white, so I started moving around just to try and recover. And he was tired as well, lucky, so he couldn't, you know, keep the pressure on me.
You know, this is a big win. Both of you from different necks of the woods, but you faced some of the best from Europe. He's faced some top-notch competition over the pond. This one of the biggest wins of your career?
I think it is, yeah. Just because I came up in weight and he's ranked quite high, so I knew that the size difference was going to play out. But, you know, I'm a fighter, so I don't mind. I fight anyone, anywhere, anytime.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, please. Alex, the Killer Kid, Lohore!
I want to thank everyone in here who came to support. Thanks to all my sponsors, thanks to my team, thanks to everyone in London watching, everyone in France watching, everyone in Africa watching. And I'm going to keep going, and you know the goal is to get with the best fighters. So yeah, I know you guys have a show coming up in London. You know London is my second home, so, you know, give me a call.
Thank you very much, and congratulations on a hell of a performance.